Lacey Everett here with Minds in Motion. Do not forget to subscribe to the Minds in Motion YouTube channel. It helps me to make more of these impactful videos for you to benefit from. I truly care about your success, so I love to hear your comments and thoughts. It's easy to subscribe, it's free. You just click a button and then you're done. Today's guest is Travis Ware, who is a professional basketball player. He played professionally overseas and then played for the South Bay Lakers, formerly known as the Defenders. And fun fact, I was actually a Laker girl when he was playing for the Defenders, South Bay Lakers. And then he got to play for the Lakers, the Los Angeles Lakers. Travis is going to tell us his favorite basketball tips for any of you basketball players out there, challenges that he has overcome and how he did that, and mental health tips that have helped him with his professional basketball career, playing for the Lakers, and just in life and being human. Travis is such a kind, talented person that I am so excited for you all to gain knowledge from. So let's go meet Travis. Hi, Travis.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course, no problem. My pleasure.
I wanted to start with asking you, one, what was it like playing professional basketball with your identical twin brother? And two, for those basketball players who are watching this, and a lot of the basketball players, adolescents who look up to you, do you have any tips, basketball tips for them?
Just the first question, it was a dream come true to play college basketball with my brother, both at North Carolina and UCLA, especially having grown up together, competing against one another in the driveway every single day as children. And then competing against him on the professional level was indescribable. Both being able to play in the NBA, having, come from Huntington Beach, playing NJB and the AAU circuits to having your dreams become a reality. Truly was, you're living out your dream every single day. You get to play a professional sport. And then my tips to the adolescents and the kids coming up today is, don't put a ceiling on yourself. If you work hard enough, it's true. Like if you do work hard enough, you could do anything you put your mind to. And I can't stress it enough though, if you work hard enough, there's only 450 spots in the NBA for everyone in the world who's, dribbling a basketball, who, aspires to play in the NBA. You have to be really good. And that doesn't come with, you're not going to wake up overnight and that's, just going to automatically be able to shoot the ball well or dribble well. You have to put in the effort, day in and day out.
That's great advice because it shows, you and your brother who are literal evidence of that mind over matter theme. You can do what you put your mind to, and practicing, and you're going to get better over time. You're evidence that works. So that's great to hear. And I love that you and your brother used to compete in the driveway at your house growing up, and then now on the court in college, and then professionally.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's not common. That's not common. So it's pretty impeccable to hear what that was like for you.
I'll say, I think one of the traits I think that is evident in any professional athlete is competitive nature and just competitiveness, not wanting to lose, and having a brother of, identical build, identical skill set where you're testing your skills against him every single day. That only further magnified that competitiveness, because you have a benchmark that you don't want to lose to day in and day out.
Yes, the sport is already competitive enough as it is. And to have an identical twin that's the same build, like you said, as you, that's just, oh, I'm sure it just amplified it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you about mental health because it's something that's very prevalent in sports and just being a human in general. So I'm curious if you have any mental health tips for those who are going into basketball and athletics and just in life.
Yeah, I mean, now more than ever, you're definitely seeing this push towards mental health, not only in society as general, but obviously in professional sports. Um, a lot of these athletes are under a lot of pressure. They're supporting their families. They're being criticized on a national, global scale. Every single movement they do is magnified and scrutinized. Um, I will say that you have to trust in the work that you do. You're on that stage for a reason. You've gotten to that stage through hard work and dedication to the sport. And that goes for, any professional, not only an athlete, but you earn everything you get, trust the work that you put in. Not everyone's perfect. You're going to make mistakes. But you have to be comfortable knowing that you just simply tried your best. Because
Yes.
at the end of the day, at least in my world, it was just a game. It's not life or death. We're out there playing a game for a living, just trying to put a ball in a hoop. Now, your livelihood depends on it. There's a lot of stress involved, but worrying and stressing isn't going to help you perform better. That's just a fact. Studies have shown the more you try to, study and cue sports mechanics, like how to shoot a basketball, performance goes down. You just have to trust the work, and then, everything becomes second nature at that point.
It makes sense. It makes sense too that as long as you do your best, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're doing your best, that's enough.
Especially since, a lot of these athletes, they've shot a ball hundreds of thousands of times, during their life. Why not just trust your body that it knows what to do? You're only going to make mistakes when you start overanalyzing every little thing. Just be free. You know what to do. Go out and trust yourself.
This is great. And I'm sure that's lacking in sports psychology. I know that's a hot topic, is anxiety and lack of self-esteem and everything you're saying. And so it's interesting, like what you said, if the individual is dealing with something like that, not trusting their body or not trusting themselves, would you say they would just notice it and realize, hey, that takes a lot of energy to worry. Why am I doing that to myself?
Yeah, a lot of teams now, you see a lot of focus, obviously going towards mental health, and a lot of teams have mental health coaches, mental therapists. So you could really, voice your feelings and understand, maybe you are overanalyzing. And just, I think the number one thing in sport to perform at a high level is athletes in general are going to perform better when they just think freely, when they don't overanalyze things, when they just go out and play. They're, making plays, based on reaction and not overanalyzation.
Mm-hmm. This reminds me, Travis, of mindfulness or meditation and being in the present moment. And there's a lot of research on that and how impeccable that is for athletes.
I was lucky enough when I was in New York, and also in LA at the time too, like Phil Jackson was, huge, in meditation and mindfulness. And we actually did quite a bit of that.
Okay, so now I have to tell you, there's a book called The Mindful Athlete. And no, I'm not being paid to say this. There's just a book called The Mindful Athlete by George Mumford. And Phil Jackson is in it a lot. And there's quotes from him because George Mumford taught him mindfulness, meditation, kinesthetic visualization, things to stay in the present moment. He taught Messi from FC Barcelona, or Kobe. He's a really big in that field. So it just reminded me of that and how important that is.
Yeah, I've actually had a few sessions with George Mumford. So Phil Jackson had George Mumford come into the Knicks when I was there. So I've been able to sit down with him a couple of different times and do like meditation sessions with him.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm a huge advocate for mindfulness and, controlling your mind to control your body.
Seriously, really grateful, Travis, that you're saying this because it's really needed. And with that, I'm curious because, like any human, like any athlete, we all go through struggles. And so I'm curious if you have any stories or any struggles or challenges that you overcame and how you did that so we can normalize it for other people.
Of course, struggles every day. I think the number one struggle that I could to talk about here is when I was a professional athlete, playing professional basketball. I played in New York my rookie year, and I was playing great the whole year. I got hurt towards the end of the year, and I mean, it kind of derailed my professional career. I ended up going overseas the following year when I thought, I was in New York my rookie year. I was like, I'm going to be in the NBA for multiple years, live out this career and settle into my life afterwards. But, injuries derailed me, went overseas, came back, played in the minors. I really had to develop mental strength to continue on the right path and understand, okay, if you take this process day by day, you're going to get back to the league. Just stay the path. And you know what? Like the chances of, being in the NBA, then, falling out of the NBA and coming back, they're pretty slim. They're really, really, really slim. But I stuck with it. I just had a day by day approach where I was like, I'm just going to work every day. I'm just going to show up and I'm going to work every day. I'm not going to worry about a week from now or a month from now. I'm not going to worry about if I ever get back to the league again. And
you were living in the moment. There's the George Mumford in you.
Living in the moment. I could say that, a year and a half after I fell out of the NBA, I was playing probably the best basketball of my career at the time, and with the South Bay Lakers, the Lakers minor league team, development team, G League team. And then I got a call, my agent called me and he said, "Hey, Trav, pack your bags. Lakers are calling you up. You're going to San Antonio. They're playing in San Antonio the next night." And that to me was more intense and gratifying than, getting the first call that I had, made the Knicks roster. I think just because I made it, I lost it, and then I got it back, Yes. It was
talk about perseverance, Travis.
Yeah.
Resiliency, mental toughness.
Yeah, I was beyond grateful for that opportunity, especially to be able to play for your childhood team that you grew up watching.
Yes, I'm sure words could never express that feeling you feel. It's like I can't imagine. So I'm grateful for you for basketball. To me, that's like unhuman. Like you guys are aliens. That's like, how do you physically do the things that you do?
I think physically doing things you do that pertains more to dance because you guys are some of the best athletes I've ever seen.
Well, thank you.
It's
Thank you.
true. It's true though.
Thank you. Your check's in the mail.
All right, great. I'll be on the lookout for it.
Thank you. Yeah, every sport has its every sport is hard. Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
but just to be that precise at your sport and to get injured, which is devastating. Me as an athlete, I know what that's like. And it's the sky's falling, your life is over. There's a lot of identity problems that you go on, because you live your life playing basketball or dancing, and then that's taken away. So the fact that you have that mental toughness to go, okay, I'm going to take it day by day and just inhale and exhale.
Yeah.
And that seemed like it really helped serve you well, Travis. And then you were then able to play for the Lakers.
Yep. 6-year professional basketball career, and retired last year, and on to the next stage of life.
You're thriving. I love it. It's the beauty of life. We can do all these things since we're going to live till 100 anyway. You can go back and become an astronaut if you wanted. We can do whatever we want.
That's a good idea. That sounds fun.
Thank you so much. This was great advice.
Of course. Thanks for having me, Lacey. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your night.